How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, we're gonna talk these pay-per-view numbers, man. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, man. If you guys are just tuning in, definitely smash that like button. But yeah, man, it was a good fight. Both guys went in and gave it their all, like I thought they would do. We all know that David Benavidez came out on top. He was the winner of the fight. He did well. He did well. He did punches and bunches. Um, slow. But he later regained his ring generalship and wind up winning. Um, you know, it wasn't by a big margin, but he did win. You know, and I don't know, man. I just think when you look at the fight in its totality, it was a good fight, but how big of a promotion was it? And that's when we get to the numbers. That's why Bob Arum said, you guys watching, you guys looked at the title. Bob Arum pretty much said that the pay per view buys were only they didn't even reach 100,000. It's what Bob Arum is saying in his own mouth. You know, he's one of the most long time boxing promoters in the game. He's promoted Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr. The list goes on, man. Bob Arum has worked with pretty much all of the fighters, and he's pretty much saying like, look, man, this fight did. They definitely didn't do 100,000 pay-per-view buys. I thought it was going to do more than that. I thought that this type of fight with this build-up, with them going back and forth, I thought it would do at least 500,000, to 600,000, possibly. Maybe even 300,000 to 400,000, on the low end. But 100,000 pay-per-view buys, PBC I would believe would be losing money. You know, in that particular what's going on with that, man. I think they would be losing money. I'm gonna be just straight up with you guys, man. I think they would be losing money. Um and I just don't see how you gonna make money like that. You see what I'm saying? And you're only doing 100,000 pay-per-view buys, the Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant fight did 800,000 pay-per-view buys to make that, to try to get a better, estimate on kind of the on kind of the gauge and the range, what Caleb Plant can sell and what Canelo can sell. We all know Canelo can sell by his damn self. Canelo could probably sell 600,000 fighting Joe Schmo. He's gonna fight John Ryder, which is relatively an unknown fighter in the U.S. And I believe he's gonna. I believe he's gonna sell. At least minimum 600,000. But he moves the needle. Right now it's looking like David Benavidez and Caleb Plant don't move the needle when it comes to casual boxing fans and fans that actually want to watch this fight and actually want to get something out of the fight, and their money's worth. You guys all know that it's a lot going on with the pay per view buys because Bob Arum recently said in an interview, he said that they're reducing the price on the Devin Haney versus Vasil Lomachenko fight to better accommodate, fight fans that actually want to, pay for the fight, but they don't want to pay the $100 that most pay-per-view buys are going to cost you, Smash that like button and subscribe, you guys. Let's get these likes up, man. Right now, let's get these likes up, man. That's all I ask is for you guys to get the likes up, man. And yeah, man. So Caleb Plant right now, man, for everything that's been said and done, man, he took a hell of a beating, and a lot of punishment, I believe he took in this fight, for only 100,000 pay-per-view buys, and I believe they get paid a lot, off of I believe off of the revenue. And I'm not gonna say all of their money is off the revenue and stuff like that, but a majority of it is off of the pay-per-view buys and stuff like that. But if you're Al Heyman and you're only doing 100,000 pay-per-view buys, obviously this is the setup for the Canelo fight, possibly if we can get the Canelo fight versus David Benavidez, but right now, man, it's looking like these guys can't sell. I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. It's looking like these guys can't sell, man. I'm gonna just call it is what it is. Let me move up one. Let me move up one. Ooh, okay. But yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about this, man. I wanted to tell you guys, man. Shout out to everybody who's been watching the channel, staying with the channel, man. I salute you guys. But Caleb Plant right now, man, he took a hell of a beating for that, for only 100,000 or under 100,000 pay-per-view buys. And for you to take a beating like that for under 100,000 pay-per-view buys, I can't stress it enough. He made way more money fighting Canelo Alvarez. He made $10 million fighting Canelo Alvarez, which is a lot better than he made fighting David Benavidez. With 100,000 pay-per-view buys, I mean, he's lucky to get a couple million. To be honest with you, man. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not, like I said, all of the numbers. I haven't seen all of the numbers. I'm just going off of what Bob Arum, a senior promoter, said, and what I'm speaking on what he's speaking on. You know what I mean? That's what we do. But I just feel like, with the dynamic of the fight and the build up of the fight, I really thought they would do a lot better than that. I really did, man. I thought that Caleb Plant being more of I wouldn't say a household name, but a name because he did fight Canelo Alvarez. He didn't beat Canelo Alvarez, but he did damn well. I think he did very well fighting Canelo Alvarez. And for him to put on that performance that he did against David Benavidez, it showed that he had heart. It showed that, he was definitely holding a lot. We all know that, Caleb Plant was holding a lot. That was into his game plan. And like some people were saying, I feel like, Caleb Plant showed his game plans too quick. He started holding I believe in the first or second round, already. He started clinching, and I believe that was the beginning of the end for Caleb Plant, in those first couple of rounds. Yes, he did well, and yes, he did win some of those rounds, but he gave away his game plan too early. I feel like he should have saved that, for when he really needed to hold and when he really needed to tie up. But like I said, we're not in there taking blows from David Benavidez. We don't know how it feels to get smashed in the face numerous times by David Benavidez. So we don't know what's going on in Caleb Plant's mind, nor do we know, was he 100% for this fight, But I just feel like right now, man, with everything being said and everything being done, 100,000 pay-per-view buys is not good. Let's just call a spade a spade. 100,000 pay-per-view buys is not good. I don't care who you talk to, um, boxing promoter, fighters, boxers, whoever you talk to, reporters. 100,000 pay-per-view buys. That's not. That's definitely not what they were shooting for. If this is true, I know Steven Espinoza, over there at Showtime. I know he's got a lot to say about this, and he probably will say things about this in the next couple days. I've interviewed him on his channel before. Um, he's I believe he's pretty much the boss man over there at Showtime. He's calling most of the shots. And I just feel like this is they didn't do well. I'm not gonna say they failed. How about that, you guys? YouTube is always gonna fuck with me, man. That's already a given, man. I can't do a live stream without it fucking up. I'm at a perfectly good area, and it's still messing up. The phone's good, everything's good. You know, YouTube's on the bullshit. But like I said, man, I just wanted to tell you guys what I thought about the fight and how I feel like, you know, it could have did better. The promotion probably could have been a little bit better. But they didn't really like each other. I'm pretty sure that they didn't want to even do any of the promotion that they did do. They just wanted to get in there and fight. They settled their differences like a man, and they everything was good at the end of the fight, man. But 100,000 pay-per-view buys, um, it's not good, and I believe that's one of the reasons why a lot of these big companies are going out of business, you know, and stuff like that. And you know, look at HBO; they're gone. You know, they're I believe they'll never come back. You know, unless it's on an app or something. But you know, I just feel like um, Showtime, we've already heard of rumblings about them, you know, possibly shutting down. We don't know how much longer Showtime is going to be an entity in boxing. And I'm going to be honest with you guys right now, man. If, you know, Showtime was banking on this fight to keep the lights on, man, you better look elsewhere because it's looking like that's not going to happen. 100,000 pay-per-view buys, to me, that's not good. I was thinking more on the long lines of about, you know, like I said earlier, you know, 400,000 at the low end. I would have thought. You know, David Benavidez have never done a pay per view before. Caleb Plant, this was his second pay per view fight. Like I said, the first pay per view fight that Caleb Plant did with Canelo Alvarez did 800,000 pay per view buys. You know, so for that to do 800,000 pay per view buys against Canelo, and that was just 2 fights ago, and for him to fight David Benavidez, which some would say David Benavidez is a harder fighter and a harder fight in general, um, and for him to get less, a considerable amount less than he did in the Canelo fight, and I feel like that Benavidez fight took some took some shit out of him, man. Like I said, I can't wait to see how Caleb Plant looks going forward, but I feel like he took a lot of punishment. You know, he took a lot of punishment, man. He took a lot of punishment, man. He took a hell of a lot of punishment. And I just feel like, you know, with that being said, man, he's got to be able to, you know, pick up the pieces, take some time off, and you know, reevaluate his position at 168. You know, because the Mexican monster is looking like he's trying to take over the 168-pound division while he can still make the weight. You know, but yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Please smash that like button and subscribe. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you can. It's at Corley Boxing on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Corley Boxing, and you definitely been hit with another banger. Peace out, you guys. Later.